Welcome back to the Achilles channel, everyone. Today I just wanted to talk about a few things that have been happening, something like a week in review type deal. I just want to start out by making a prediction. I believe that Israel will attack Iran before the end of the summer. Okay? That's just my prediction. Barack Obama's talking about an international order. They're building world governance through the IMF and the UN. And they're doing it. They're not asking if we want it done. Our government is doing it. The subversives to the United States people and the Constitution are the people in the White House, the Obama regime, and all of the Democrats working in Congress. They are looking to hand our country over to a world government. They're talking about world governance. They're trying to explain to the people in the United States that governance is not government. Even though this governance is going to dictate the way we live our lives. Dictate, as in dictator. These people will be unelected by us, and they will have the power to tax. I don't think so. But this regime is going forward with it. Timothy Geithner was over there setting the groundwork with them this past couple days. Because it's happening, whether we like it or not. And it doesn't matter what we want. Doesn't matter at all. We're going that way. All of these crises that are happening in the United States of America, except for the oil rig, but I don't even know about that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But that right there is going to push us that way. Barack Obama's already stopped drilling for oil. How in the world do you get us off foreign oil if we don't drill for our own oil? He says, oh, we've got to get rid of fossil fuels. How do you get rid of fossil fuels at this point in time when we are not only addicted to it, but we require it to run our economy? And everybody knows that. This is all common sense stuff, but he's doing it anyway. Harvard University said that we need to get gas prices up around Europe's prices. $8, $9 a gallon. They're doing it. They're going to do it. It's going to happen. Whether we like it or not. You understand? This is not our country anymore. Our country is not ours. It has been taken, and this has been happening for about 20, 30 years now, and they're finally here. They've reached it. They've created enough crisis, enough debt that in this fiat currency capitalism we've got to be able to come in and just take over. And that's what's happening right now. World governance. Obama's talking about it at where was that? West Point with the graduating cadets. International order. Meaning the United States military would be an international force. It's just a way to merge the U.S. military with the UN, because they're going to phase out the U.S. part of it. They're going to take all of our technology, all of our equipment, everything, and phase out the American people in this world government. Because who's the biggest enemy to their agenda? The American people. Freedom-loving people. So we are the enemies. So how do you take on America? You destroy their military, or you give it to them, and that's what they're talking about with this international force. Okay, phasing out America. I have a video from months ago that talks about this, and here they are talking about it now. They're telling you it's going to happen. They're destroying the economy in this country through debt. The unions are nothing more than a Ponzi scheme, yet they're going to give them $165 billion to bail out their union pension plans, which is basically people put money. One person sent me a letter, said they put 8% of their pay every week into this their pension plan. Well, this money is gone. It's not there. Listen, whenever government takes your money, like Social Security, to put it in a lockbox for you for when you retire, it's not there. Wake up. It's a Ponzi scheme. So it has no money, so we're going to bail it out. There's also $50 billion in there for stimulus money in the war fund. Do you understand that? In the war fund. There's $50 billion in the war fund for stimulus, for unions, for bailouts. You understand? Our government is a union. Everybody up there is part of the union. It's a union. The government is the union. And they're fleecing the American people. And with the workers of the world unite. I mean, Andy Stern said that. I didn't say that. Andy Stern said it. Reporters were called into the White House one by one the other day by Robert Gibbs and reprimanded for asking too many questions about the oil spills, trying to compare this to Bush's Katrina. Reprimanded? All but Fox. Fox wasn't called in. Isn't that incredible? Reprimanded by the regime for questioning about the biggest catastrophe we've ever seen in the Gulf of Mexico. But, by us. So you tell me. Right now they're talking about the Disclose Act, HR 5175. It's the fairness doctrine, but it applies explicitly to the internet and political opinion. So they're going to go in here and I won't be doing this, that's for sure. Is that freedom? Anybody who does this is going to be deemed seditious. They're already talking about it. Anybody who disagrees with the administration is being deemed seditious. There are going to be sedition laws in this. You understand? We're in some trouble here, people. We need to focus. Stop with the do-gooder humanitarian aspects of what they're throwing at you and start looking at what they're doing. Inside this financial bill that they're passing that's going to regulate the banks, it takes power from Congress, the people, because Congress is the people. It takes power from them and gives it to the executive branch and the Treasury Secretary, Geithner. So whenever a bank needs to be bailed out or whatever, they don't have to go through the Congress. No longer do the people have to be asked if their money can be spent. Not that that mattered anyway. You see what's happening here? Our power is being stripped from us, and our politicians like that New Massachusetts guy, Scott Brown, he's voting on all these jobs bills. In these jobs bills, there's structures for other things. For example, I'm telling you, they piggyback things. Didn't I just say $50 billion in a war fund for stimulus, for bailout, for unions? They piggyback. Every single bill that goes through has structure. Has structure. And we need to wake up to it. God bless America.